Oh my God, that almost didn't work. The real question is whether you guys had any audio or not on that. And together tonight we stream with Mr. Retro Lizard himself,
What's
the
up,
big
guys?
green guy.
What's up? What's up? I did not hear any audio on your intro there for 10 seconds
Well,
at all.
you wouldn't have heard it because you're in OB or not OBS, whatever this is, StreamYard.
StreamYard, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's up, Mike, in the chat? And I can't read that other one.
Brandon Stevens.
Brandon. Okay, Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
What's up, guys? We got 14 people watching right now. What's up to everybody? This is going to be a little fun show. I'm excited for this. I haven't streamed in what, like 2 months?
Um, is that right? You haven't
That's
streamed in
some.
2 months?
The last time I streamed was when we were at Brad's house, Brad D's house, but that was on his stream. I
Oh,
haven't. I haven't been on a stream like 2 months, man.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Or at least it feels like that. How the
That's
fuck is
crazy.
everybody?
That's
How
wild and zany.
man, I've been busy. Everybody's been busy. I'm swamped right now. So swamped. I'm so exhausted. But we're not here to talk about us tonight.
No, we're not.
We're here to talk
Yeah.
about something special. We're here to talk
Well,
about something awesome.
yeah.
And that's She Lion. If you guys didn't know, She Lion's super awesome. We're here to talk about her.
Um, okay, but seriously, what is the deal with the new? First of all, if you guys haven't seen it, Buy Stuff Store has released a new. Well, you can pre-order it. It's a new full-size 3-player racer sprint cab, and it's absolutely stunning. Like it's
It's
stunning. Can you pull it up on your screen share thing, Joel,
yeah,
please?
yeah.
But it's beautiful. I mean, it's pretty much a one-to-one replica of the original. It's just using an LCD screen.
But
And
it's
the
using
thing,
the Unico LCD screen.
yeah, and God, it's so pretty. Like I love those colors are so every time I see colors like that, they're so reminiscent of the 80s, like just that trademark look, like late 70s, early 80s.
Dude, look how arcade accurate that replica is.
Yeah. So they've released this new cab for pre-order. And it's pretty much down to the T as far as I've seen. Like it's just like the original, with the exception of obviously the monitor. Now I'm assuming it's a little. It looked like it was a little bit. It didn't have as much depth, right?
Right, no, the depth on it's not very big at all. I think
Which
it's
is good
20
because
inches in depth. It's not thick. It's not she's not deep. She ain't going deep on you. But she's
um,
wide. She's a big girl. She's
yeah,
wide.
she's wide. I mean, she's accurately wide.
Hmm.
Accurately wide. Um, Hold on. Vic says it doesn't sound like the correct mic. Oh God, of course, because I'm in OBS. Thank you, Vic. Hold on a second. Let me check this.
You just sound like you're in a hollow room to me right now. But either way,
Yeah, you're supposed to tell me that. You're
I
supposed to tell me
thought
that.
that was your normal microphone. Either way,
How dare you?
you fix your mic. Nope, can't hear you. Nope, still can't hear you. Yeah, what the fuck, man? Nope. Turn off your OBS. It's probably interfering with it because we're on StreamYard. Yeah, we still can't hear you. You can hear us, but we can't hear you. So while she's fixing her microphone, man, this thing is awesome. I think this is so fun. I think this is so cool. This thing is it's a one pretty much a 1-to-1 scale of what the original Super Sprint looks like. If you don't know what the original Super Sprint looks like, are you unplugged? She was just shaking around her cord. Wait, we heard something. Nope, now you're muted. Let's unmute you. You got to unmute your mic. Your mic's muted. So we're, oh boy. If you look at your little screen at the bottom of StreamYard, you'll see that the mic has got a line through it. Just click that, and it's going to unmute you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Polish person too, by the way. Hey, she's unmuted, but we still can't hear you now.
You can't wait.
Oh, there you are.
Hear me?
No, now we got you.
Okay. Is it
Yeah,
fixed now?
it's
Sorry.
fixed.
Next
Yeah.
time I need to plug it in.
There is no echo. Corey says that the price is pretty on par with all other in full-size scale quality arcade builds out there. The $500 early price is pretty generous. I agree 100% with Corey. Their price, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to go live tonight with She Lion, was to talk about that price too. I think that price is right on point. She-Bitch, I'm sorry, or should I call her the founder of Rex NDA? That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go live with her tonight. Their $3,500 price point here is right on point, guys. This is a full-size, custom-made arcade. The wheels are... They made their own spinners, for Christ's sakes. It's a gear. It's a gear that's inside it. And they made their own coin door. The whole thing's built from scratch, obviously. They're not using any other parts from anybody else except for the Unico monitor. Otherwise, everything else is a buy stuff made product that's on this machine. Isn't that... What do you think, She-Line? Isn't that kind of sexy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, here's my thing. Okay. First of all, a lot of people who are looking at this are used to buying $600, pieces of shit, basically.
Right.
And look, okay, I own arcade 1-ups, but I mean, they're not like this, like really fine-tuned, beautiful, production that like all this work and tuning has gone into. And you're talking about like $700. I mean, just think about it. You buy 3 of the Fast and Furiouses or 4 of the Fast and Furious. I've seen people do this. And I mean, you just spent like $2,400, dude. Or you buy a Time Crisis, that was like $700.
So I want to...
And so hold on. But I mean, with this thing, they have literally like fine-tuned it, and you can play multiple racing games on it, including Cruising USA from the showcase that I saw, and many others. And it's got the 3 steering wheels. It literally mimics the original arcade version. And so I don't know what price point people think something like this should be at, but I mean, the cost alone to reproduce something like this is not low. And so in my opinion, I think that a $3,500 price tag makes sense for a brand new a home arcade like this that they have fine-tuned themselves and are producing themselves.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you on all of that. My racing arcades, my full-size racing arcades that I use with their buy stuff shells, or were using with their buy stuff shells, I'm building my own now with my CNC. But anyways, my racing arcades, my 1080p is $3,200 plus shipping, right? So shipping's not due until the arcade's completed. If you want the 4K version, which means we're upgrading your computer, we're upgrading your graphic card, we're upgrading your RAM, we're upgrading the monitor to a 4K monitor, that's $4,200. Nobody has any problems buying those off me. Nobody at all has any problems buying those from me. I want to touch on Kevin's super chat here. Thank you for the super chat, Kevin. I want to touch on it here, and don't think that anything that we're saying here is an attack towards anybody, because it's not. It's just general discussion. But I've seen this comment all over the place in the last 2 days, not just from Kevin, but from tons of people, many different people saying the price point isn't for me, the price point isn't for me, the price point isn't for me. They made multiple price points to accommodate everybody, right? Just because you can't afford the full size, or you don't want to pay that price for this full size 71-inch tall, 43-inch wide 3-player arcade, doesn't mean you can't go for one of the other versions, right? So, and then we have people out there that buy the arcade 1-ups, and they're bitching because they're paying $749, $800, or $1,000 for the pro version. And when they get the machine, all they do is bitch about it. And then they bitch about it because they want it to be a better product. And then you have a company like BuyStuff, who just announced this amazing product that they're going to be releasing out there, and we all know what their quality is like already for their products, because 99% of us in this community have something from them. No matter what, you have something for them, Jade. I have something from them. Everybody in this chat might have one of their products.
I don't think
whether
I have.
it's
Oh wait, no, no wait. Yeah, no wait. I think the little riser extension things. I have those.
right. So we know we all have some type of their product. So we know what their quality already is. This is a beautiful price point for what they're releasing, and it's their first delivered plug and play cab. Their first one. They've never made an arcade that was delivered plug and play before and shipped. This is their very first one. And they have literally reinvented the wheel, right? Nobody in this chat, I guarantee it, that nobody in this chat can sit here and tell me how to get 3 spinners set up on Batacera. You can't, because that's what this is running. This is running Batacera on PC. Nobody in this chat can tell me how you get 3 spinners running on Batacera when Batacera is only compatible with 1 spinner. I can't even do that. They cracked the code. Let alone getting 3 spinners working on MAME. I bet nobody in the chat can even get 3 spinners going on MAME. Messiah, you might be the what do you call it here? You might be the exception to that one. But still, a lot of people in the chat probably don't know how to do that. So no offense to any of that.
I'm riled up.
No offense to anybody in the chat if you don't know how. I'm not trying to go
Joel,
off an attack, but are you? Calm down, Sheila.
Yeah, I need to calm down.
I'm not. It's just this is a full size cabinet, and that's what you're paying for when it comes to a full size cabinet. Go look at Extreme Home Arcades. Go look at Extreme Gaming Arcades. Go look at Integrum Retro. Go look at my website. Go look at VicVP's website. Go look at Go look at Monster Arcade's website. Right? You can't get a racing arcade. Monster Arcade's racing shell, just their racing shell for a sit down, is $2,000 plus shipping. Their shipping is another $1,000. You're at $3,000 just for a racing shell from Monster Arcade, and you're getting a $3,500 machine right here plus shipping, which is going to, depending on where you are, it's going to be anywhere from $500 to $800 for LTL freight. But you're getting a brand new, fully built machine here, plug and play, for the same price that you would pay for an arcade shell from Monster Arcade. And people spend $15,000 on the EHA arcade cabinets, and people are complaining about this price point. I think this price point is sexy. I love it. It's right on point, and it's competitive with everybody else. There isn't a single other arcade company out there, including myself, that has an arcade like this and can build something like this right now. They're the first, and they're going to own this market for this cabinet.
Yeah, I mean, push buttons. Wait, what is it? Push buttons 62. Yeah, I mean, but the difference between you and me is that I don't tuck my wiener like you, so there's always that.
That's true. I've seen pictures of Jade, top to bottom. She don't tuck. No, with clothes on, for the record. Oh, Jesus. Somebody's gonna cut and mix that one.
I just think that with the cost of this machine, it doesn't, like, there's no way like around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at anybody who's producing stuff like this, including yourself,
right?
And I've not bought anything or gotten anything from review for this company. This is just something I'm seeing, but I mean, like, look at the Polycade alone with the controls that you can like swap out and stuff like that. I mean, the cost of those is around like $2,000 or something like that, like maybe even a little bit more.
Right.
And I don't know if they include shipping in that or not, but I mean, that's even a smaller form factor. You know what I mean? And again, you're talking about 3 steering wheels with that 3-player setup in Batacera, and it's coin operated. It's just, I mean, I think it's a masterpiece. I think it's really cool.
That's their spinner. Look at that. Can you guys see that? That's their spinner. That's the wheel. That's one of the wheels. That's what it looks like. It's not even a real spinner. It's a real arcade spinner. It's not a Glenn's Retro Show spinner or a GRS spinner or anybody else's spinner. It's not a half spinner. This is a custom built spinner from scratch for an arcade. That's crazy to me that they even did this. That they've been working on this about a year and a half ago, maybe almost 2 years ago, when they released their racing arcade cabinet, the shell. They showed me something similar to this. They showed me the pedestal that they were working on with the spinners, but they had actual spinners. They didn't have this gear. They didn't have the gear spinner that they have on this thing right here. So they created that and built that from scratch. So you're getting a one-of-a-kind arcade cabinet that they're building here. Nobody else is going to be able to make something like this. If you want somebody to build you an off-road cabinet with 3 wheels, that company is going to order a spinner from GRS. And that's what you're going to get.
Here's another thing, too, is that I hear people say all the time, if somebody released a premium home arcade product, I would pay the money for it. I hear that
Here it is
all the time.
All the time.
And I mean, this is what premium looks like. Like if you like premium, this is what premium looks like.
Yep.
And I think that this is like a great example, of kind of like what the standard is. I mean, and just look at like the quality of, for those of you who have seen Joel's stuff, if you haven't, make sure you go check out his YouTube, because he puts up videos of the stuff that he's working on. But like his Guitar Hero, for example, is like insane. It's insane. And a lot of the other stuff that he builds, just the quality of it overall it's premium.
It's premium
for lack of a better right. word. But you pay for what you're getting. And even if you were building this stuff on your own, like, would it be a lot less expensive? Yes. But I mean, the cost to do that, like you'd have to have a CNC, you'd have to have like some really good carpentry skills, and you'd have to get the artwork produced and all these other things that cost a lot of money. Once you start, adding it all up.
This is a CNC cut arcade, CNC cut shell, professionally cut, professionally done. Even the box, they even made the box right there for that, right? You have to attach that to the wood when you're fucking building it, because you can't cut a box like that off a CNC from a flat piece of wood. This whole thing is so customized and so 1-to-1 scale perfect. Look at how the bezel goes in from the side right here.
Yeah.
Dude. Look at that.
It's got that.
It's got the angle beveled. To it. It's beveled.
It's beveled.
I need to pick their brain on how to do that, because they did that with a CNC machine. Buy stuff. If you're watching, I'm going to be picking your brain on how you beveled that. So, because I need to learn how to do that. So this, I just think this thing's sexy. I really love it. That's a fucking metal steering wheel. It's a powder coated metal steering wheel. So I am super excited for this cabinet. I showed 4 of my customers this today. 4 of them. They all said that they want to order it. All of them. Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty awesome. And good on them, like for putting something together like that. And it has been quite an evolution. I had a comment up from Mike earlier, and it has been quite an evolution. Like, it's been interesting, and I've noticed that as well. Like their evolution of kind of like, starting with like little mod stuff and like swinging into like little racers, and then, going a little bit more like full size, and then, putting out something like this. It's just, I mean, it's really cool. It's really cool that they're doing that. And as far as the licensing and stuff like that, I mean,
you don't need it.
Anybody who's paying for something like this, they're paying for what they're building, not like,
Exactly. You're not being charged for games. You're being charged for labor, cost, and materials. That's what you're being charged for.
Yeah.
Because that's how we work when it comes to the multi-arcade community. We don't charge for games, and we're tolling a line, but that's how we get past it, because there's nothing in our prices that you can prove that we're charging for a game when we break it down to you. So 8-Bit Informer, this does come fully assembled, so it will be in 2 pieces. I talked to the Buy Stuff guys earlier today, and I was asking them about this and picking their brain on the product, and trying to get some talking points from them too. But this does come, it will come in 2 pieces on 1 pallet, so I'm assuming that the top of the back box where the monitor is going to be disconnected, and that you just put it on top, and then it's going to bolt in, which is exactly how their racing arcades are from their regular racing arcades. So I'm pretty sure that they made it exactly the same way. or it's going to be made the exact same way. Cost of shipping is going to depend on where you are in the country, and where you are in Canada too. So, because they ship in Canada, obviously, shipping could be really anywhere from $500 to $800 or $900. It just depends on where you are in the country because it's LTL freight, and that also depends or determines also if I don't know if they have any kind of deal with a freight company. I don't have a deal with a freight company because I don't ship enough in 1 year to get one. But they're different. They have an actual location. They're an actual warehouse. So they might have something going on where they can get some good deals on shipping. We'll find that one out when the time comes, though. But Kevin, I live in Antarctica. How much is that? Will be $1,500 plus you're going to have to pay for the cost of the crate to have that built. So I hope that they sell a lot of these things, man. So this thing is absolutely awesome. Can I make a Nintendo cab? I can. Absolutely, I can.
Terrific. Yeah. G920 and rig. What was the other thing I was gonna say? The form factor of it as well for a multi-racer is like you actually have like the real classic arcade form factor, which is a cool aspect of it too, because it's not like you're getting and not to say that it's bad, but like a generic form factor. It's like, that one-to-one style is like another thing that's like a big deal when it comes to something like this. So that's what I think is like really, really cool about it. Cause obviously, it's set up to play all those games, right? I mean, what is like the most modern game that you can play on there? Probably like Fast and Furious, maybe?
I think no, because they don't have the PC inside it is Batacera and Fast and Furious is Technopara. Technopara doesn't work on that. They're most I don't know if they have Daytona USA on this, but I know they have Cruisin'. So Cruisin' might be the most current game. Cruisin' USA might be the most current game they have on it. There's only 60 games. And for spinner games, there's what 10 to 15 spinner games for racing, and then there's another 13 to 15 actual spinner games like Arkanoid and Tempest. Those are spinner games, and those are on here. And then there's a couple modern racers. And I did in their video that they showed Cruisin' USA in the video. So that would be the most modern one I think that they have on here. They told me that they went through and they tested a lot of regular modern racing games with those wheels. And they only put games on here that they felt played correctly on those wheels. So so anything outside of the spinner games, they're hand-picked from them to work correctly on the wheel. Which I think that's TLC right there, man. That's tender love and care all day when you're building.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. They really did just a fantastic job. But anyways, the price point, I don't think I don't know exactly what people have you seen people saying like what they're expecting? I mean, saying it's like out of your price range is one thing. Like, I mean, it's just what it is, like, okay, well, it's out of your price range, but I guarantee you that a lot of people are going to want to buy this, and people who can do that will, but I mean, have you seen people say like what they think it should be selling for? I'm kind of curious about that.
A couple comments that I seen on YouTube today. One of them was like, if this was $1,500 to $2,000 all day, I would buy it. But sorry, too expensive for me. Like, it's you're at just between the monitor and the wood, you're right at around $800 to $1,000 just for that. Black melamine plywood is about $75 a sheet plus tax. So it ain't cheap to buy the wood. And when I build a cabinet, a full-size 70-inch cabinet, I need 4 sheets. So I need 4 by 8 sheets of wood to cut my cabinet. This is a full size. And there's a lot of customization to this. I would assume that they're probably using maybe 5 sheets, maximum 6 if they're doing that. So this is probably costing them about $500 to $600 just to cut the cabinet, just to cut it in wood. And then they got to do the graphics too on it. They got to print the graphics, which I believe they print their own, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But either way.
So chat, who in here be honest, but like really with with kind of like what we've talked about, who in here still thinks that it's too much at $3,500? I mean, and that's $500 dollars off for pre-order, right?
Right. So the real price after the pre-orders are done is going to be $39.95 plus shipping.
Oh, okay, yeah. Plus shipping.
Yeah, they're giving $500 off, I think, until June 30th, and then I think it says it right here. Actually, hang on. Pre-orders open June 14th, and it says in the fine print, save $500 until June 30th. So on June 30th or July 1st, this cab will become $39.95. So it'll be $4,000 cabinet plus shipping. Which I still think I still don't think $4,000 for that is a bad cabinet. And don't forget, they run sales all the time. So that means that this cabinet's going to go on sale periodically throughout the year, and you're going to be able to catch it back probably at this price point again. So if you don't get it now, maybe by Christmas time it'll be back on sale, and you can get it then too, if not sooner.
Mensa, real quick side note: Are you catching all the linkage there?
I'm sorry,
I'm assuming you are.
Am I catching all the what?
No, I was asking Mensa if he's catching all the linkage there.
Oh, Mensa, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Anyways, yeah, I think it's cool. But chat, if you think it's worth it, put a 1. If you think that it's priced too high, put a 0 and put the price that you think it should be. Because I'm curious to see.
So I think the perfect price point on this, if you're not going to get the full size cabinet, is their pedestal version. The pedestal version is $899, and you can plug that into any TV you want that you have, and it's going to look exactly like this cabinet without the back box on it, and without the coin door too. I don't think that has a coin door on it either, but that will also be delivered plug and play to you also. So I think $890. If you can't afford the full size cabinet at $3,500 plus shipping, buy the pedestal then. The pedestal is $899. You guys are paying $1,000 for an Arcade 1-Up, and then you modify them. So which means you're in the Arcade 1-Up over $1,000. You can afford $899 for a pedestal. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, I mean that's a really nice like option too. Like it's really cool.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah, that's really cool that they made that available. I like it. I like it a lot.
What I got how many ones we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones.
No 0. Well, Rock says pass, but I don't know. Are you just passing because it's just not for you, or because it's too expensive? If you think if you don't like the price, put a 0 and put the price you think it should be at. Because that's
and then tell us, and then you tell us why it should be at that price. You got to tell us why you think it should be that price.
Yeah, I'm just curious, just for research purposes.
We want opinions. We respect everybody's opinions in the situation, but I want if somebody says it should be $1,500, I want you to tell me why you think it should be $1,500. Like I want to hear your reasoning, but I want you also to think of the costs to build it. When you say it has to be $1,500. That's what I want you. And then you have to remember, you got to make a profit yourself, and they ain't making $100 off this. I can tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, could you? Yeah, building something like that, like this, I feel like you'd want to be making a profit margin of at least
$1,000.
Like, okay, well, I was gonna say like 30%, but.
I'm just gonna say at least $1,000. You're making a cabinet like this, your profit has to be minimum $1,000. Minimum.
Just not for me. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. Respectful.
Yeah. And I get that. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna buy it. Like, it's out of my price range. And I mean, if I did want to get it, like I would make it happen. But it's like it's not something that I feel like I need because I already have my multi and I'm already set.
Right.
But I do think like everything about it is justifiable, like very much so. Personally. Chris, good to see you in here. Hey, Good to see you in here. Thank you for sharing my stream. Appreciate you. Sorry.
What's up, Chris? David, what would I charge you to make this? Honestly, it comes down to I would probably charge right about $3,500, if not more, to make this myself. It all comes down to how much Buy Stuff would charge me for their spinner setup, because that's not a real spinner. And right, well, it is, I'm not saying it's not a real spinner.
So you'll be able to get that from them?
I don't know. 100%. I would ask them, is what I would do. I can't guarantee they're going to sell me anything, but I would ask them, like, hey guys, how much would you charge me for that right there, so I can make one myself, right? But if a customer specifically wants this cabinet, now if I were to ask them for that to make it for myself, it would be for me personally to build it. If a customer asked me to build this, I would just refer them right to them. That's it. That's what I would do. But if I were to build this and they were just selling the parts, it really comes down to how much they're going to sell the wheel gears for. So, and I wouldn't, because they recreated that, I wouldn't be selling that for cheap. I can tell you that. I would charge $100 per wheel shipped.
Well, and part of this, because Vic says I would make it, but with a bigger screen. But part of, I think that of them making this is to like really recreate it like as much of a one-to-one as possible, right?
Absolutely, that was the whole point.
It would also be sitting next to my cheap arcade one-up collection.
It would be so awkward. It would dwarf all the arcades. The coin door does work and it can make money. They made the coin door. So they literally CNC'd the coin door themselves. They built that. That's nobody else's coin door. That's a BuyStuff handmade, machine-made coin door from their shop, man. Totally crazy. I can't believe the amount of time and work. And that encoder, the encoder you see on the screen here, that's their custom-made encoder specifically for this cabinet to work with those spinners. They made that. Nobody makes that. If you go out in the world and you buy a Super Sprint and that wheel is broken, good luck finding the parts. Right? Good luck finding those parts, man.
So the steering wheels don't have like they don't recenter themselves though, right?
No, because they're spinner style.
Right.
Spinners never went back to center.
So when they have it set up, like, does that mean that in the software it's set up to recenter itself if they like let off of the steering wheel? Because on games like Cruisin' USA, didn't that recenter itself, or am I?
The original arcade did not, but when you're using it on MAME for PC, you can set up force feedback, and the force feedback can make it recenter itself. I don't think this one is Batacera. I don't think Batacera has a force feedback option, but I also don't know. I can't say whether or not these wheels have a force feedback option on it to return back to center, because I don't know anything about it really. I would assume no. I would assume that you're going to be driving left and right, and you're going to have to center it yourself. That's what I would assume. And that could also be why there's not a lot of modern racers on it. But we don't have a games list.
Yeah.
I should have asked them for a games list today. That's what I should have did.
Yeah, you should have did that.
I should have did that. I wonder if I can message them. Hang on, let me see if I can message them and see if they know the games list off the top of their head.
Okay, I froze for a bit. All right.
I don't know if they're still up. You froze?
No, not me. That's a game changer right there, because you're getting a coin-operated machine at a very reasonable price. You could put that on location and get a return. There's value in ingenuity, not just in parts. They broke the mold here, yes. So they 100% deserve to make it their premium product with the price to match. Yeah.
Gerald just nailed that. He nailed that right on the head there, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, I think they did. That was the first thing that I thought when I saw it, and I saw the price, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. I didn't even think like, oh, that's too much.
No.
If it would have been like $6,000 or something, I would have been like, oh, I don't know,
that would have been
man.
a lot. That would have been a total lot.
But to me, like $3,500 at pre-order seems like a pretty good deal, especially the more I looked into it. And obviously we've talked about that a lot. But I think when I hit you up about it, When was it? Yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah. You were
God,
the first one. You were the first to tell me about it. I didn't even know what it was. And you texted me and I'm like, oh, I got to go look.
yeah. Yeah. So I hit you up about it, and then we were going back and forth for a second, and then you hit me up a little bit later after you had some time to look at it, and you're like, oh, this is really nice. So again, for those of you who are not on Joel's channel or who have not seen Joel's channel, Retro Lizard's custom arcades, definitely check it out, because he makes like a lot of really premium stuff too. And you know, you pay for what you get, but he can do some really, really amazing stuff. And he just got an awesome new CNC machine. So
I did. I got a bigger one. I didn't get a 4 foot by 8 foot, but I got a 4 foot by 4 foot. It's the biggest I can fit in my garage, without having to run a 220 line. And it's really just the biggest that I can fit in my garage. I won't have a 4 by 8 until I have a commercial property if I get there. Hopefully someday I'm there. Guys, start ordering for me so I can get to a commercial property. The more money that comes in, the more I can get there. Or sales. I'm sorry, sales.
Oops. So if you got what is it? If you got one of these and you got like a Nova Blast, and then you got, what is it? What would be the other one? A shooter cab, right?
Yeah.
Like you'd be set. I mean, and you would spend, I mean, a Nova Blast is $1,000. So
the Nova Blast is $1,500.
No, I think it's 1,000.
That's 15. You're talking about the Unico Nova Blast, right?
Yeah, Unico.
Yeah, hang on, let me look it up real quick. I'm more than positive
it
it's 15. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, please.
If you wanted to cover all your bases, though, I think, obviously you'd be spending more money up front. But I mean, I feel like, with Arcade 1-Up, you get the overtime drain where, it's kind of like milking a cow. It's a little bit more consistent, I guess, but you could do it with 3 cabs basically.
All right, it's $11.99.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want the candy cab combo is $11.99. That would be the top and the bottom, so it's the top of the base. The candy cab deluxe version, which comes with 2 seats, is $13.99, and then that's it. Yeah. So if you just want the top base as a bar top, it's $99.99 or $999, and then when you add the base onto it, it's $11.99.
So $200 for the base
plus tax, plus shipping. You still got to ship this too, so you're still looking at I think $500.
Shipping's not that much. Yeah, shipping's not that much though. I looked into it. I think well, at least where I live, I think that the total came out to like maybe it was like 13 something or low 14s.
Let me see. I'm adding to cart. I'm going to go to view
but
cart.
You live over there in New York, it
Yeah,
gets crazy over there.
So I'm going to get taxed. So I'm looking at they didn't put in I don't want to order this. After tax, I didn't even get to shipping yet. I'm just taxed. At tax, I'm $1,297.93 for the Nova Blast, and I still got to pay for shipping.
Yeah, you got to ship it.
Yeah, I would go.
What's the shipping cost?
I can't get the shipping until I enter my information, and they want credit card information or click my shop. And I don't want to click shop and then all of a sudden order this fucking thing, because that'll be what happens. So I'm just going to click out of it. Yeah. So you're still. I would say if I'm $1,300 after tax and I still got to ship, I'd say $1,500 to $1,600 on the Nova Blast. Just justifying price, right? That's all that we're doing. But you're right. If you got the Nova Blast, you got a Lycon arcade, you got a racer, or you got this racer for spinner. But you still need a modern racer too, to play modern racing games, and then of course you need a V pen.
Well, it depends on what your taste in racing games is, though.
You need a V pen though too.
Do you need it though, Joel?
Have you fucking ever played a V pen? Yes, you need it. You need it. Your arcade is not completed without a pinball.
I have this $200 V pen sitting behind me.
Oh, that crappy arcade went up.
It was $200.
You can't beat that.
Yeah,
I'd pay $200 for the arcade 1-Up version. The Buy Stuff guy said that their exact list is not finalized yet, but there are some pretty great MAME racers on there working very well. which I would trust them on that. I mean, they put out a great product. They did confirm that the spinner does not auto center, but the modernized racers are still very playable. And I would believe that because without force feedback, you're still just doing the same exact thing. You're just bringing it back to center yourself.
Right. Well, I mean, technically in like a real car, it doesn't recenter itself. So I guess that's more of like a, because when I'm using like my steering wheel, it just, it springs back to the center if you let go of it. So,
right. You got
but
that
I don't
Mario Kart wheel?
Mario,
Mario, the Vic, we
you got that
talking like Vic
Mario
here?
Kart.
Mario Kart? No, you got the PXN.
Yeah. I think it wasn't even that expensive. It was like $50 or something, or $60. And it actually works really good.
I don't know, I'll go with the Mario Kart.
The Mario Kart wheel. But yeah, I love my multi is like, that's like the shiz though, especially since you gave me that, what is it? The gun for IR.
Yeah.
You got the gun for IR steering wheel and then the 2-player style. So it's like you're set, pedals and everything.
Speaking of, there was a new light gun game that was released today for Technoparrot, which was Ghostbusters, was released on Technoparrot subscription today. I got a download for it, but I haven't even touched it yet or played it yet, so I might not have time to touch that until Saturday night or maybe even Sunday. So, actually, no, Sunday I can't. Sunday's my kid's birthday, so I can't even touch it on Sunday. I play stickball with Mario. Mario.
I play stickball with Mario.
Over in the Bronx.
Eh?
Yeah? We're gonna go with some pizza.
Oh, yo, Ezekiel.
What's up, Chicago Retro Ranger?
Good to see you in here. And thank you for the super chat. Ezekiel says, "Hey Jade and Retro Lizard.
What's up?"
We were just talking about this awesome new racing arcade from BuyStuffArcades.
BuyStuffArcades. We had to go live tonight to talk about this, man. Between yesterday's videos that came out about it, and a couple videos I've seen today, man, Jade and I, we had to go live today and talk about this thing. I love the way that this cabinet looks. I love the time that they put into developing this cabinet. This is the shit right here. This exactly is the shit. They own the market on the spinner arcade now, without a doubt. My V-Pin is my most played cabinet online. See, I'm telling you, Jade, your arcade is not completed without
I'm not a huge
V-Pin.
Yeah, no, but that's why I have that. Yeah, that's why I have that. But I mean, I'm not like a huge, I mean, I like, it's cool, it's fun, but it gets more play when there's like guests here, because then there's like adults getting, like drinking, and then people get like competitive and stuff.
Well, that goes with any arcade.
Because nobody when they're over here really knows how to play fighting games, and it's like if I sit down with anybody, I just whoop their ass. So I'm not that I'm that good, but I'm better than any other adult that comes over to my house. Let's just put it that way.
Speaking of, guess what I got from Captain's Arcade or Captain's Auction?
Oh my God, what did you get? I
got a fucking Marvel vs. Capcom PCB from their fucking auction. They had a PCB box.
Oh, the cart?
No, well, yeah, the cart. They had a PCB box for.
Was it an A board or a B board?
I don't know. They didn't fucking say, which fucking kind of pisses me off. And they also didn't show it either. So, but it just says tested. So they tested it to make sure it was a Marvel vs. Capcom. So somebody turned it on and worked. But there were 2 Street Fighters in the box, and 2 Street Fighter 2s, and a Marvel vs. Capcom in the PCB box. And that's what I'm getting. I won that on the auction. So I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Give me that real PCB, baby.
Yeah, nice. Wait, you said the first one, right?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, so that's CPS2. Yeah, so it should, if you get the whole thing, it should be the A board and the B board. Like, you should be able to like just plug it into a power source and JAMA. But if anything, if you get the cart, then you might need to get the A board, because the cart would be the B board. So
right, yeah, the cart's the color looking thing you're talking about, right? Yeah. Some of them are blue, some of them are orange. Yeah, but
do the battery mod.
Do the battery mod.
Yeah, there's like this thing where you can mod the battery so that it doesn't like expire. Or what is it? Is it like the Phoenix? No, that's different. But yeah, there's a way to do it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. So okay, who in the chat is actually like interested in buying this? Like, is probably likely going to buy it? Has anybody placed pre-orders? I'm curious.
It's
I
June.
want to know.
Pre-orders open up on June 14th.
Oh, the 14th.
Does anybody in the chat plan? There's 41 people in the chat. Does anybody plan to place a pre-order for this on June 14th? Hit one if you are.
Hit that one button.
That one, baby.
Then you're gonna have to make a video about it.
Listen, 2 was not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers.
Oh.
Kevin said 0. I love 0. Kevin. I love Kevin 0. So much.
I have, wait, what does it say? I have battery saved in Amazon. Oh, okay, cool, nice. Leave a comment on his YouTube. Oh, you know what? You can't probably, because links always get like smacked in the balls.
Smacked in the balls.
Mensa, -1, yeah.
So -1. All right. If you're not going to order the full size cab, are you going to order the pedestal? Are you going to order the arcade 1-up kit for it? You know,
Mike says he's getting the pedestal.
Mike says he's getting the pedestal. I think the pedestal is I love the pedestal options.
A possible one.
I need more pedestals on I need to make a gun cart pedestal. That's what I need to make. I don't have one of those.
You don't?
No, I don't. I never made a pedestal with my gun. I could do it.
We need to take my cruising cab, and we really need to turn it into a multi.
Yeah, you were supposed to give me the measurements again on your deck.
No, I did. I sent you the measurements like twice.
Did you?
Yeah.
God, I'm just a typical man, and I never pay attention to what women tell me.
That's very true. Maybe you're just out there snorting too many lines of sawdust or something. I don't know.
Of hoagie vinegar. Maybe. I built I think I told you today I built a new table for my new CNC machine today.
Those are brutal.
Pulled out the old one, and there was so much fucking dust on the ground underneath it. I put casters on this new table so I can move it around and clean when I need to, but there was 6 months worth of fucking sawdust underneath that fucking table. It was a lot. Dude. Yeah, it was dirty.
Yeah, Lacey Forever says, like the Sega boards, man, those batteries are, I think those are like kind of worse than the Capcom suicide batteries. Like the Sega ones pretty much they just, well, no, I think they kind of do the same thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lacey, but I felt like when the one dies on the Capcom board, like if you take it out, nope, I'm not even gonna say it because I'm gonna sound like a dumbass. So
are you sure?
Yeah, but the bottom line is that the Capcom boards for CPS2 and then the Sega boards, like the batteries, if they go bad, they can fry the whole board.
Oh,
yeah, like it's a thing. Like they're called suicide batteries.
So then I should probably replace the battery in the Marvel vs. Capcom board when I get it, huh?
Well, it depends. I mean,
I'll show you the board when I get it.
Yeah. No, don't show me. I don't want to be responsible for that.
No, I mean, I'll just take a picture of the board and show you the board. Yeah, right? I do a battery thing, and all of a sudden it's dead, and I'm like, what the fuck, Jade?
Took my dishwasher apart today. Crazy arcade power. Help me fix the dishwasher. Wait, what does it say? Weren't you guys doing Wednesday?
Yeah, dude. I think he's talking about Gameonia. This isn't Gameonia. We just went live tonight. Yeah.
It's on the CPU.
Jade, have you ever checked out Lacey's YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got a killer ass Guitar Hero that she made, man. She's got a killer ass arcade in general. She's got an awesome looking basement. Lacey, I love your basement.
It's a Lacey. Are you okay? Because the name of your channel confused me. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but are you a he or a she? Because I don't like this. Almost looks like dedication or something. But yeah, don't answer if you don't want to.
Are you flirting?
No, I'm not. No,
is that
I'm
how you flirt?
I'm being polite. No, when I flirt, this is actually how I flirt. When I'm flirting, I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm like.
You're so awkward.
Hey.
Oh man. All right, dude. Yo, we're coming up on about an hour. What else you got? What else you think? You got any more to talk about with this cab except for just go fucking buy it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think that it is worth the price. So if you see people saying that it's not, like, I would disagree with that, because when you're looking at it from a production and monetary standpoint, like, just, I mean, the production value alone is beautiful. And so yeah, I just don't see how you could say like it needs to be any cheaper than what it is. I think it's a very, very fair price,
I do.
personally.
I love the price that they came out with for it. I think it's a great price point. I think it's very competitive with the market that's going on right now. You will never find something like this any cheaper. There's no way. There's not. And if you do find it any cheaper, you're literally going to get what you pay for on that one. And I hate it when customers end up doing something like that. It's the worst. It really is.
Okay, glad to know, Lacey. Thank you. Gamers are straight up fucking weird. What? Duh, dude. What in what universe are people who love games not weird as fuck?
Sega kids are definitely weird.
Dude, you know what's funny is I was watching what was it? Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I mean, that came out like years ago now. And I was watching it and I'm like, dude, gamer culture has been weird and obtuse and abstract like forever. I mean, if it wasn't like when we were younger, it was like you were a dork if you played video games, and if you wore glasses, that made you a nerd, and all these other things, if you were, liked computers and stuff.
And now we rule the world.
But gamers, like, if you look at us as we grew up, it was all like a very like hidden nerd culture, kind of like what are those Renaissance things that people go to?
The Renaissance festivals? I know what you're talking
dude,
about.
like
Yeah.
like people who go to those, and I mean, I never got huge into that at all, but have seen it before, and I've been with a friend of mine, and it gets crazy there. Like, it gets crazy.
It does. People go straight into character there. Like, it's like,
but I mean, not just that. It's like, like some guy who's like playing Blackbeard the pirate. He's like, "Yar, shiver me timbers! Like, give me these two bitches," and like grabs two pirate bitches and just starts like banging them in front of everybody. This is like after hours, and he's like eating a chicken leg while he's doing it.
Give me the like, where are the wenches?
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ, Jade.
But yeah, I don't know, man. We're definitely all crazy. LARP, yeah. Was that classic LARPing video of those people in the forest? Oh my god, dude!
I don't even want to know. I don't even know what LARPing is. I don't want to know about it,
bro.
I have no idea
know what LARPing is. If you have been on
is
YouTube,
it abbreviated for something?
Yeah, live action role play.
Oh, see, what the fuck? Why don't you just say that? Everybody abbreviates everything nowadays. Like,
because
I don't abbreviate
LARPing,
anything.
Dude.
I say
that
the
was
words.
Like a thing on YouTube before Shorts and stuff, or Vine. Oh, remember Vine? Oh my god.
Yeah, wasn't that oh god, what was that fucking the thread thing that it was on? I remember Vines, yeah. Vines were that was like 2016.
That was when like Bat Dad got like huge and stuff. Suggestion for buy stuff, says JJ. Make a 2-player racer and use the space for the third for a joystick and buttons so that you can play other games too. I think it would be cool if they did like kind of like a Polycade style where it was like cut into 3 pieces so you could like remove one modular. That's what it is. You could remove one and then do something like that. That's kind of a cool idea. So that's not a bad idea, JJ. But yeah,
I hate it.
Modular.
I hate it.
You hate modularness?
No, I hate the idea. Because if you leave room in the center, it just becomes a 1-player arcade. And there's not a 2-player arcade. You can't do 2 players on the deck like that with the 2 wheels off to the sides. You'd only have a single-player arcade with 2-player racing games. So I'm not.
But if it's modular, why it
If it's modular, that's different. But if we're just talking
that's what we're
two
talking
wheels
about.
on the but he just said suggestion for buy stuff, make a 2-player racing with space for a third joystick and button so you can play the other games too. So you got 2 wheels on the outside and then you're dead center with single player arcade sticks.
That's the one I'm talking about, Toxin.
So,
magic missile, lightning bolt.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god, dude. Bruh. The LARP skits were the best. So good. And I thought Brawny Raves were weird. Joel playing Gold Tea next Friday. My house. You play?
If you would tell me who the fuck your real name is in Buffalo, sure. If you're inviting me over.
Oh, you don't know YouTube guy?
YouTube guy says he's from Buffalo, but he won't tell me his real name.
Last time, but he always invites you to his house. I thought you guys were like drinking buddies or something.
No, I thought I knew who it was, and that guy came over yesterday, and I asked him, I'm like, "Are you a YouTube guy?" He's like, "I don't even have a YouTube name, or like a YouTube thing." I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Just," and he bought
really,
some.
that was him.
Yeah,
Little
right.
did you know.
I don't think it was.
Mike says last time I was at one of those fairs, there was a sword fight at a tavern, but it was a type of sword fight where guys dropped their pants. Okay.
And with that said, my cock hurts.
Once you once you take it apart, just buy a console. Yeah. Speaking of which, I actually consoleized a KI Pro today. Kind of.
I seen it. She sent me pictures.
Yeah, kind of, sorta.
Kind of, sorta.
But it's gonna be so much more. You want to piss off a company, make Golden Tea. IT company protects their shit worse than Nintendo. Oh.
Yeah, well, that's why we don't have Silver Strike bowling.
Did they ever say if the orange blanket was included with your purchase? Orange blanket?
So it's because the orange blanket covered it. That's only on the first 5 pre-orders. You get a orange blanket with it wrapped up on the LTL freight. So make sure you order one so you can get your orange blanket.
Okay.
I'm kidding, also, guys.
Yeah,
that ass kidding.
Yeah, he's joking.
Yeah. All right, Twisted Sister. What do you think? We're going on an hour. You want to cut this off?
What are we like 15 minutes? So what time is it where you are? I don't know, 8:15. Give him 10 more minutes. Chat, questions. Let's go. Anything you guys want to ask or talk about, mention, last minute mentions, go. This is a very last minute. By the way, tomorrow, I'm just going to mention this real quick. Tomorrow evening, I am going to have Indie Wave Arcade on my channel for a podcast. This was not a planned podcast, but Indie Wave Arcade, I've actually had him booked out for a while. Ooh. So I'm excited about that. He's going to be talking about the whole indie arcade scene, which is freaking awesome. And I'm going to learn so much from him. And he's also going to be talking about the 4-player food fight. So just throwing that out there. If you guys are not doing anything tomorrow night, make sure you catch my podcast because it should be a good show.
I'm going to eat an edible and watch.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It is good.
Yeah. What was the R Meta office like? Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
It was actually super cool. Those dudes were just like you and I. Like they were our age, maybe a little bit younger. Very down to earth. Like I showed up wearing a polo shirt, pair of jeans, and like some nice shoes. And the dude, I went with Ray from RPEG, and he met me there because I needed to bring some tools with me too, for just in case. And I can't bring tools on an airplane. But anyways, when the guy came out, when my contact came out to meet us and bring us into the offices, he came out wearing a t-shirt, a pair of shorts, and I'm like, I am fucking overdressed right now.
old school Atari style.
Yeah, so I'm like, but it was super cool. They had they built a video game room. So they bought the 2 arcades specifically for the front part of the video game room, and then they had a section with a whole shitload of board games that you could play. And yes, they had Battleship, and then they had a separate room, like a door to go into like another room back there. And there were 2 fucking 55-inch flat screen TVs. One had an Xbox on it. One of them had a PS5 on it. And they basically made a game room for their office. There's about 1,000 people in the office, and they take up 11 different floors in the building. It was super cool. It was a really awesome experience. You wouldn't know that Meta's even in the building unless unless somebody told you. When we got off the elevators to get to the floor, there's nothing that says. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, JJ. Ask it again.
There's nothing that says that there's Meta or Facebook or anything like that. So unless somebody told you that Meta was in the building, you would literally have no idea. Because I was like, oh, maybe I'll get up to the floor and there'll be like a big sign that says Meta or a big sign that says Facebook.
Dr. J.
And then I'll take like a selfie with it, just to show that I was like there. Nothing like that at all. It was just a very casual office. They had their own cafeteria. They offered us breakfast, and it was cool. It was a great experience. I'm really thrilled that they let me come down there and I got to meet those guys face to face. I never get to do something like that, and I usually never hop on an airplane and go meet a customer. But considering who they are and how big they are, I wanted to show up there and provide some kind of in-person customer service and give a presentation on how to work the arcades. These dudes, though, so I thought that they would be more interested in the Mega Arcade. These dudes were jamming on Guitar Hero. Like, they were straight jamming on it the whole time. I'm like messing around with the Mega Arcade, trying to give a presentation on it. There were 5 dudes. Literally, 2 of them were going back and forth on Guitar Hero, and the other 3 were sitting there watching, waiting for their next turn to play winners. Like, they were ready to go.
on the one that you made?
On the one that I made, yeah. Yeah, they were straight jamming on that thing the entire time. I was there
so
for
it's
about
kind of
2
like
hours.
What's that movie, Grandma's Boy?
Yeah, imagine that. Literally imagine that office, and that's basically what Meta was.
Ooh,
it was crazy.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. So I'm just blessed and honored that I even had an opportunity to do that. So
all right, I'm going to answer this question real quick. So JJ is asking, when will your review of the RG35XX be up, and will it play arcade games like MAME and other emulators? So I'm going to say 2 things real quick. First is that, yes, it will play MAME games, but it's better to use RetroArch for that. Don't use the whatever they use for their built-in ones. This thing has the exact same hardware as the 28XX and the 35XX Plus. So for those of you who know these little Ambernick handhelds, that's what you're getting as far as hardware. The thing that makes this really nice is that it feels like a Game Boy SP, and the screen is like really, really, really clear. So I'm going to just pull this up. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you a quick example here of it playing a MAME game.
It's got to run MAME perfectly, right?
No, it's not very powerful. And
really?
only has 1 gigabyte of RAM, but it gets the job done for what you're going to want to play for $80, dude. Like $80.
Oh, that was you're talking about the SP looking thing that you got, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't you order one?
I did, but it's not going to be here till the middle of June. Which is fine. I'm just excited to get it. Yeah, look at that.
So here's MK2 on MAME. Oh, sorry. Wait, I don't. My camera's like not focusing. It's really smooth. You can see how smooth it is, though, right?
Yeah, we can see him kind of hitting them. But back up a little bit, right there. Leave it right there. Yep. We can see how smooth it is. How smooth it is.
Yeah, so it's going to play a lot of...
Messiah wants to know what that is. I don't think he was paying attention.
Messiah not paying attention? No. So this one is the 35XX SP, Messiah. JJ, I hope that answers your question. I'm sorry, I think I'm scrolled back here. Oof. Let me see. Speaking of handhelds, the Dance Dance Revolution class, I saw that, dude. Like, what even is that? How do you even, like, that thing is a decoration, is what it is. I mean,
I guess you're just gonna have to wait until you get the full size cab from me.
Yeah, dude. By the way, what is the deal with your full size DDR?
I got the cab design, but I'm still working on the marquee. So I have the base designed. I have the top. So it's split in half. It's going to look like the old DDR, the original DDR arcade, where the bottom of it looked like a subwoofer box, and then I had like the triangle style top to it. I have that all designed just fine, and I'm going to use the same LED speakers that I use in the Guitar Hero, except there's only going to be two of them instead of because there was only on the original DDR arcade there was only one LED speaker on each side, so there will still be only one on the one that I'm going to replicate for myself. But the marquee is where I'm struggling with the design, because the original marquee was a box and then it had four lights coming off the side of it. So four box lights coming off the side. That's a pain in the ass to cut on the CNC and then have to attach like that and put in like a puck light. So I think I'm just going to make a square box, and I'm going to have it overlap the top of the cabinet instead of going on the inside of it. So the marquee will overlap the top of it, and then I'll have four lights on the inside of it, and I will flush mount polycarbonate marquee to the top of it. And the original marquee wasn't lit either; it wasn't lit up at all. So I'm definitely gonna light up the marquee, obviously. Or maybe I'll just not light up the marquee and just make the box, and then just put the lights in the box, the four lights, and call it a day. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do with the design on that. If anybody in the chat has an idea or an opinion on that, definitely give me a suggestion if you think what I should do with the back box on that, or not the back box, the marquee box. That's the only part that's stopping me from throwing it on the machine and getting it cut. So that's it.
I don't understand like what I don't, maybe it just wasn't clear to me, but like what is the issue as far as like how come you can't just reproduce it by like cutting it up in that form factor and then just like feeding LEDs through there?
Hang on. Let's look this up real quick. So I want to find a picture of it. Images.
Okay.
This would be the one. Right? It's probably not very clean. You see that on the screen? No, you can't. Nope, because I'm not sharing the screen. That's why.
No, you're not.
I am not. How do I get the screen back? Full screen layout? There it goes. Okay. So the back box. You see what the back box like is right there?
This is like a newer DDR, isn't it?
No, that's the original.
No, it's DDR-X.
Is it? Oh, well, I mean, they all look the fucking same to me, so that's what I'm designing it after. It's just not going to have that stuff on the side right there. So when I type in Dance Dance Revolution Arcade, these are the ones that come up. So, like this one. This one's a little bit more clear. This is Supernova.
Supernova, that's also newer. I mean, if you're going, like, yeah, if you're going for that look, like it's going to be DDR, but I'm going to see, let me see, original DDR arcade.
And then you got this one right here. This would probably be the original looking style, because that's what the what do you call it is. That's the one you use with your fingers. You're finger banging it. So,
oh god,
I know. So you see the back box and how it has the lights coming off it on the side. So
yeah,
it would just be a pain in the ass to create little boxes like that, like a huge pain in the ass.
Wait, here, I'm sending this over to you through the private. Wait, through the. Wait.
Can't you share screen?
Can I?
Yeah, you should be able to share screen. You should right at the bottom. God,
it's gonna where is it? Oh, present? No, invite.
Yeah.
No. Present?
Yeah, so I'll stop sharing my screen, then click on present, and then you should just share screen.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, share screen. There it is. There it is. Boom. Let's share it. Let's share it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just showed you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, I didn't see that then. I must have been looking at...
Yeah, look.
I must have been looking at stuff.
What the fuck, man? Eyes up here.
I don't know.
But yeah, so...
Oh my god.
Well, you clicked it away. But so...
I'm lost.
Anyway, so that's the way the back box is. That's where I'm struggling with. What are you doing? You're in the studio. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're in the studio already. Holy shit. All you do is click on present and share screen.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Hey, I'll share my screen again.
Shut up. I'm not used to this, okay?
All right. So
leave me alone. No, that's different.
that's what the original arcade would look like. But you also showed me this one, which is the same shit.
No, that's not what I showed you.
What is different about it besides having the wings?
Oh my god!
What is different about it?
You know what?
We're
fighting.
Done. We're
Show's
fighting.
over, guys.
We're fighting. We're totally fighting. I was looking at this one too. I really liked how this one looked. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I really liked how this one looked, but I like the subwoofer style box better. So,
well, whatever you do, make, the marquee a separate piece and then just do the speakers on the side thing. I mean, even if you go, which I think you're going to be able to find stuff that's going to look, almost 1-to-1. But that's a good example right there.
That's what I'm modeling it after.
Yeah, and that's so what is the issue with the marquee though? Because
look at the marquee, and then you see how the 4 lights come off the side. Right here. You don't see the 4 lights coming off the side? Let me zoom in. Come on. It just makes it not zoomy.
You got to click on the actual picture and then zoom in.
Yeah, it's not letting me click here, view image. There we go.
Get it together, old man River, before I break your hip.
You can't see you can't see these 4 little lights on the side right here?
Where?
Look at the marquee. Look at the marquee.
Yeah, I'm looking at the marquee.
Okay, now look to the right of the marquee. There's a red, a yellow. Oh my god. Take your sunglasses off. I'm gonna fucking fight you. You don't see those lights? You're gaslighting me right now, you fuck.
No, I'm really not. I swear.
You don't see these fucking lights? You don't see this? You see this fucking haircut?
Where's your mouse pointer? Can you point to it with your mouse pointer?
I don't know where the mouse pointer is. It's right here.
Oh, there it is. Okay, those are speakers, I thought.
Those are lights.
Oh, those are like studio lights. Now I get it.
The speakers are right there, man.
What's the problem?
So
that's a speaker in between the studio lights, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a speaker.
I never fucking played the arcade, or I never played this cabinet, so I don't even know. But either way, making the light boxes is a pain in the ass, because then I got to make fucking little boxes, and I got to make fucking 4 little pieces, but I got to do it fucking 8 times. So making those little boxes is a pain in the ass. It's a lot easier if I were to just put the lights in the marquee.
No, I think you should do it.
I don't want to do it.
Dude, come on.
Dude,
it's first of all,
dude,
I don't think we should have this discussion offline, because I think I have an idea.
Dude, that would be like a 3-hour cut, at least, to do those little boxes like that, because there's 4 sides to it. So
no, you don't need to make boxes. Just get mountable, studio or whatever stage lights, like little mini stage lights. Like you can get those things for relatively inexpensive.
Oh fuck, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
you bitch. Okay, we gotta hunt. We gotta go on the hunt. That's what we gotta do. All right, so then the back box is done. If we can find those studio lights, back box at a good price. I don't want to pay $100 a light.
Yeah,
obviously, because then that's
gonna raise the
fucking price.
Okay, we have to end the show. Sorry.
Yeah, we got to end the show. So, anyways, guys, Retro Lizard, Dance Dance Revolution. You want to shake the community up even more? Dance Dance Revolution will be coming out sometime this summer. Hopefully, before the end of summer, I will be able to have that cap done, up and in the air, and put it into the world for you guys.
Pad too. That reminds me. I'm excited to see it, and yeah. So. Chat, thanks for joining us tonight, Joel. It's always a pleasure. And go wash your mouth out with soap after we're done. And I'm
gonna eat this hoagie, because I've been sitting here waiting to eat this food. I've been munching on French fries.
Is gonna do when he sees me in person is slap the shit out of me.
Yes.
So yeah, but thank you guys very much. And sorry, I was reading a comment there. Thank you guys very much. And anything else? Are you going to show for yourself, Joel?
Hang on. Richie just said something here. I found a full-size restored version of Super Sprint that matches the limited edition. The size and price is $6,500, and he only gets Super Sprint. Limited edition at $3,500 and 60 games is a deal. Thank you, Richie.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man. So, guys, thank you so much for watching, everybody that tuned in. Thanks for listening to us. And see you next time.
Yeah, until then. I'll see you next time.
Ta-ta.